listen to the sweet sounds of the birds. Nothing more calming than listening to birds at the break of dawn. Yo everybody, thank you for tuning back into my channel. My name is Buddy Steele and this is Plug Talk. So, I apologize for not getting my video in on Wednesday like I typically do. There are always a few reasons why my videos end up being late when they are. I've had a few that have come like 12 hours past my deadline that I established. There's a lot of reasons, but typically like what the main reason is because of just the resources that I'm working with, and just YouTube's unpredictability and the time that it takes them to upload content and then to review content. So as I've said before, like when I make a video, between the writing, the filming, and the editing, that can take a few hours in and of itself. Once my video's done, I will download it from the editor that I use. It gets downloaded to my photo album on my iPhone. That can take anywhere from like an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the length of the video and the content, like how comprehensive the editing is. Hour and a half right there, in addition to like the 3 hours it takes to produce the content. Then once I have the video in my photo album, I upload it to YouTube, right? That lately has been taking like 2 hours. It has been taking like an hour to upload the video, and then it's taken an additional hour for YouTube to review the content and decide if they want to, copyright it or monetize it or demonetize it, whatever. So that's like 5 hours right there. Every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that I have to allot to ensure that it gets done. And I like doing it, obviously. I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it, It's not like I just am yearning for attention, It's just that I don't always have 5 hours where I can just dedicate to that, throughout my schedule, especially when we're considering that I don't have a laptop. So I'm just using my iPhone solely for all of this, producing of my content. So I don't always have like just 3 hours to be able to set my phone aside while it's downloading and while it's uploading and while it's being reviewed, because I can't use my phone throughout those times. And sometimes, like when I'm working or whatever, throughout the evening, I just can't afford to do that. So things get delayed. It takes a little bit of time. Also, lately, the content that I've been producing requires just more editing. And I'm thankful for that because I have an editor now that I pay for that allows me to do so much more. It opens up so many more possibilities for the content that I can make, and that the content that, I envision myself making, the stuff that I strive for and want to continue to grow into. So that's terrific, but it just takes more time, and my initial goal was to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And since I established that goal, I've been able to hit that. Like I said, I've been a little bit late, like 12 hours or so on some videos, but that's really not up to me at the end of the day. It just depends on how long YouTube wants to take, which is understandable. I still want to do that just because I'm enjoying it and I'm getting good feedback and good growth from the consistency and the amount of reps I'm putting in. So I'm always going to be, at least for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be doing 3 videos a week. That's not going to change. I'm just not going to be so dead set on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to stick to that schedule, but I just don't want to keep saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday when my videos end up coming out on, Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. It's ingenuine, it doesn't make much sense. So not much is really going to change on that front. It's just you might not be able to anticipate a video on Monday, Wednesday, Friday for dead certain like you were prior. But the biggest thing that I'm focusing now on, especially with my, channel is growing. It's funny because I'm going to talk a little bit about goals and what my personal goals are as we're now in March, which is crazy to think about. But one of my goals that I had at the beginning of the year, which is right around the time I started my YouTube channel, was to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year, which is not asking for a whole lot, obviously, as far as growth-wise. But I thought that was like a really good start, a good goal to strive for. I did not anticipate hitting 100 by March. I wouldn't have even said that a few days ago. It just kind of happened, which is dope, and I'm so thankful for it. With my channel growing, I've been thinking a lot about like what I want to make and what my channel looks like. There's hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels out there. There's probably millions of them. And you have millions of vloggers. You have a ton of people that focus on sports or movies or self-development, all that kind of stuff. And there's room for everybody. There's a pie for everybody. But what sets everyone apart is their character, and their personality and their editing style. That's what sets people apart. And so that's obviously crucial, is my style, like how I like to make things. They always tell you, man, like don't try to be another Roman Atwood, or don't try to be another David Dobrik or any of these other guys, because that's how they were able to achieve what they have, is just by being themselves. What comes across most entertaining and most compelling is just earnestness, and being genuine. So, I make the videos the way I make them, and they're different from how other people make them. They're obviously not as professional, but I've kind of created a style in how I do things with my intros and how I go about, my videos and stuff. And I like it just because it's me. I borrow and take things from other videos that I see that I feel like will make my channel better and make me more entertaining and compelling. But there's a certain way that I like to do things, and that's going to continue to grow because I have more visions for what I want to do in my channel and what I want to incorporate. And so in turn, it just takes more time. So editing just takes a long time, especially with the videos that I want to produce. And I've gotten a lot of good results from the consistency and the amount of videos I'm putting out, 3 a week. So like I said, that's not going to change, but I really, really am working hard to ensure that I'm focusing on quality over quantity. I would rather not post for a week and have you guys be like, what happened to Buddy? Like, did he, he's going ghost on us. Like, did he quit his YouTube channel? Like, what happened? I'd rather that happen and then all of a sudden drop a dope video that everyone enjoys and something that I'm proud of, versus just dropping something last of the minute, trying to get everything together and, posting it at midnight just so I can say I did it on Monday like I said I was gonna, and then not be so proud of the content like it's subpar. I am so proud of my channel and what I've produced so far and what's on YouTube. If you go and look at my channel, it is very, very eclectic and diverse, just like I am. And I'm very, very happy with that. But I also want to make sure that I'm always going to be proud of my content. So I am going to be focusing on that more. I like doing like big character studies and big deep dives. I like researching a topic that for some reason has kind of captivated my attention. I like researching, diving into it, collecting all the pertinent information, and then coming out with like my take on it, like my final verdict on the subject. Whether it's sports or history, anything in pop culture, that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I envision myself doing. And then also I like to do more lighthearted stuff as well. I am in the process of making more vlogs. I'm going to do a little bit more vlogging. I'm excited about that. I think that'll be dope, and that'll give you more of an inside look into me, like a little more unscripted. A lot of you guys know me, and what you see at this desk isn't like 100% me, just because I'm trying to relay a message. There's a story that I'm trying to tell. So I'm really excited for the vlogs. Those are going to be really fun. And I just do it just because I think I'm going to enjoy them. I hope you guys do too. Hopefully that's just like icing on the cake. So I'm going to be focusing more on quality and making really, really dope content. So if I have to go, like, if 1 week we're only make like 1 or 2 videos, that's just how it's going to be. And I don't want anyone to like worry or think that I dropped off on my YouTube channel or I'm getting distracted. YouTube is one of my highest priorities in my life right now. A lot of my goals are centered around YouTube. Not as a career, but just as something that I enjoy and I'm passionate about, and I get a lot of fulfillment from. So you don't have to worry about me not focusing on YouTube. If I'm not dropping for like 4, 5, 6 days, that's because I have something dope coming. Best believe I have something dope coming that's in the hopper about to drop. And hopefully that's, what you guys are going to see more of, is just bigger and better projects. especially when we're talking about like character studies and giving my take on people and telling someone else's story, you kind of want to do it justice, and you don't want to leave out valuable information and, you know, tell the story sloppy. You want to do a good job, you know. And if you're going to put your name on it, you definitely want to do something that you're proud of and that, you know, represents the subject matter well and represents yourself well also. And so that's what I'm going to do. Now, like I said, man, it's already March. That is crazy to think about. Time flies so quick, and we all know that as you get older, it seems that time passes by quicker as well. There's a lot of theories on why, but that's just how it seems. It's pretty crazy, man. We're a quarter through 2020, pretty wild. I hope you guys are all still on pace to achieve the goals you established for yourself. My goal, like I said, one of them was to hit 100 subscribers by the end of 2020. That has happened. Thank you all for that. I really, really appreciate it. I woke up one morning and I had over 100, and I had like doubled the subscribers I had, which I was not expecting at all. And that's the crazy thing about YouTube. You know, there's no formula at all. No matter what you're making or what kind of space you're in, you can try to like, you know, do what you think works, you know, historically with other people, posting consistently, you know, marketing. You know, I've paid for marketing efforts. I've done that. I've paid for impressions. I've done that a couple times. You know, trying to make really captivating thumbnails, making really good thought out titles that show up and that, you know, relay well for SEO, for search engine optimization. You can try all that stuff, but that does not guarantee that you're going to get views or that your video is going to be a success. There's no recipe for it, you know. So one day, you know, you go 20 videos and all your videos are kind of doing all right. You know, you're proud of the videos, but maybe they're not getting as much views as you want. And then one morning you wake up and you got a couple thousand views. You've doubled in subscribers. Pretty dope, and it makes all of the other challenges worth it. All the other videos that I put so much effort into that kind of flopped, you know, that's disappointing, you know, because you put a lot of effort into those and you're really proud of them, and you feel like people would enjoy them if they just watched them and gave them a chance, and then no one watches it, you know. It sucks. It's a bummer, you know, and I don't get down about it because I just understand, like, people are so busy and there's only so much content you can consume in a day. I have a lot of people that I watch on YouTube that I subscribe to, but I don't catch all of their videos, you know, so how could I hold other people accountable to that when I can't even hold myself accountable? So I'm gonna have to reestablish my subscriber goal. So my goal now, and this is a lofty one, I would like to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal. That is very, very lofty. But if I fall short, then I will probably have still came farther than if I just set my goal for like 200, you know, because I'm not far away from 200. So I'm going to reach for that. It's all about the journey anyways, you know, and I'm going to do what I think will help ensure me hitting 500 subscribers. And I need your guys' help with that as well. I'd appreciate it. I also have a couple fitness goals as well. I've really been focusing on fitness hard the last few months. I kind of had my passion reinvigorated for fitness. I've been a fitness junkie since I started working out hard, like 4 or 5 days a week when I was like 13, 14 years old, straight up. True story. And I did that for like 10 years until I was like 24. You know, hit a lot of my fitness goals, which was dope. But then I lost the enjoyment out of it for sure. You kind of get sick of having to drink so much water all day and always having to pee. You get sick of being sore all the time. You get sick of doing so much laundry because you have your streetwear, you have your employment wear, then you have all your gym clothes, and you get kind of sick of that, you know. But life is better when I am practicing fitness than when it is not. I have played that out, and that is a true fact for me. So I've been really focusing on fitness lately, and it has paid dividends in the rest of my life, which I'm not surprised about at all. So one of my fitness goals, I have two of them actually. So the first one is I want to bench 225 pounds again. I want to be able to bench that. I cannot bench that right now. I used to be able to do it 10 times. I want to get back to where I have good raw strength, good push strength. So I want to be able to bench 225 pounds. I know I'm going to be able to hit that by the end of the year at the rate I'm going, but I want to hit that first. That's where my eyes are focused on. Another thing that, and this is kind of the bigger focus that I've had for fitness these last few months. I used to be so much about like putting on size, gaining mass, being big, being swole. I was all about that, and it showed in my fitness results. But lately, I've just wanted to be like more athletic. I want to have muscle mass and all that good stuff just like everybody does, but I want to be more just like capable and fit. I want to be able to run a 3K on the spot if it happens, spontaneously. I want to be able to, sprint a whole 400, a whole lap. Those kind of stuff, I want to be able to like play pickup basketball without being burnt out. So my goal in turn, that's what I've been focusing on a lot more than like strength training, is just endurance training and, just endurance is the big thing I've been really focusing on. So high intensity interval training, that kind of stuff, stair steppers, leg strength, leg endurance. That's what I've been focusing on. So my goal for this year is also to be able to jog a 5K. So these goals don't sound very like lofty to you guys probably, but that's okay. I do not think right now I can run a 5K, which is like I think a little bit over 3 miles. I've obviously been able to do that in the past, and have done it in the past. I don't think I'd be able to do that right now, even if I was doing it at a slight jog, without stopping. So that's a goal of mine, is to be able to run a 5K again, nonstop without having to walk. So that is what I'm going to be focusing on fitness-wise. Another goal that I have, and this one isn't so big because I've had this goal for a long time, is to pay my car off. So I've been financing my vehicle for like 5 years now or something like that. I bought a brand new, and I'm going to have it paid off in a little less than 2 years. Over a year it's going to take if I just pay the principal amount payment. So that's a goal that I'm very excited about achieving. Hopefully I can maybe put a little bit more towards it. That doesn't seem like too much of a ambitious goal either, because like you have to pay your bills or else the car's going to get repoed. But that's going to free up like $400 a month for me, so that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to that as well, paying off my vehicle, and then maybe a little bit of that money I can reinvest into my YouTube channel, because that's something that I'm really enjoying as well. So I hope you guys are having a good week. I thank you for sticking with me and enduring my filming schedule and the delays that tend to happen, as YouTube sometimes can cause. I hope you guys are practicing good hygiene. I heard today that there's something going around called the coronavirus. I hadn't heard of it till today. Seems pretty scary, I guess there's like 9 or 10 people that have passed in Washington state. There's like, I heard there's like 60,000 worldwide cases of coronavirus. The big thing that I heard when I was researching, and I researched it today, so hopefully my news is relevant, but it's really just affecting the elderly. So of the 60,000 people so far that have tested positive for the virus of coronavirus, like 30-something thousand, a little over half of them have recovered. It can take anywhere from like being quarantined for like 9 days to like a month and a half. So what they're doing, obviously, like the first symptoms of the coronavirus is high temperature, coughing, flu-like symptoms, and maybe like a lack of breath, like a little bit of respiratory problems as well. Once you test positive for the coronavirus, you are quarantined. You're going to stay home, or you're going to stay in a hospital in a, monitored environment and taken care of until you test negative for it. Really, the biggest thing right now is obviously just to practice good hygiene and just be rational, and be mature in the things you do, obviously. Good common sense that sometimes doesn't appear to be so common anymore. But I wouldn't panic over it just because, it's something that can happen when you're being irresponsible, and not taking care of yourself and doing the proper things that we were taught when we were younger, like washing your hands and, taking good care of yourself. Those are just like typical mainstay normal things. So I'm not going to worry about that because I practice good hygiene. It also seems to be an elderly thing. Like 70% of the people that have passed away, unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, has been over 60 years old, and largely people that have already had underlying medical issues, especially like diabetes or heart problems. The people that, are seemingly healthy, seemingly young, seem to recover from it. So I wouldn't panic if I were you guys. What have we had over the last decade? The MRSA scare, bird flu, swine flu, Ebola, Zika. I don't know the efficacy. I don't know, like, if this one's more dangerous than the last ones. I didn't do that research. I don't really care to do that research. But the media has a way of really hyping things up. And it's all been hyperbole, in my opinion. Like, the response. The awareness is good. We all should be aware of it. But it's never smart to overreact, right? It's never smart to overcorrect, I don't think. Approach things with caution and with attention. Give things attention. Their proper due attention, but do not overreact, because then you're going to have to overcorrect the other way. And all you're doing is just, messing up your life even more. And I don't think this is going to be a plague. All right? Hot take. Breaking news. I don't think it's going to be a plague. But what do I know? Because I'm not a doctor, so I could very well be wrong on that. Everyone just practice good hygiene, and just be responsible and think of others, I see people all the time that just cough right into their hands, and it's just like, it's something that I learned when I was like a child. Like, if you're going to cough, and you don't have a Kleenex or a tissue nearby, pop a little dab, throw a little dab on them, It's just respectful. It's courteous. I see people do it all the time. It's just wild to me, but what are you going to do? You don't know where people came from and how their upbringing went. So, really, other than that, I really don't have anything else to talk about. I saw a few pictures the other day about the new Batman that is in production right now. So, there's going to be a new Batman. It's going to be directed by a guy named Matt Reeves. Some of you may have heard of him. Everyone will probably know who he is after this movie drops. A couple clips came out, a couple pictures of Batman and of the Batmobile, and they look pretty sick. It's kind of like a neon, dark, gritty kind of look, a little bit like the Joker looked with Joaquin Phoenix, a little dark and grittier kind of, that neon kind of comic dark look, which I think is going to suit it really well. I don't know if you guys have heard, but the next Batman will be Robert Pattinson, and he was the guy who played in Twilight. He got famous off of Twilight. He's been in a lot of really good movies since then, mostly independent movies. He's not so much for like these big blockbuster, stupid movies. So he's been doing like a lot of passion projects like Good Times and Lighthouse, a lot of good movies. He was in Harry Potter and The Goblet of Fire. He played Cedric Diggory. I am really excited for that movie. I don't think people really enjoyed seeing Ben Affleck in the Batman role. I like Ben Affleck, just because he makes good movies. I can name a ton of movies that he's made. He's actually a pretty good director too. He won an Oscar for directing, but for some reason people just didn't like him as Batman. He was a little bit old. Christian Bale, man, that's a hard act to follow, dude. Those were good movies. Those Dark Knight movies, that trilogy with Christopher Nolan directing, hard to beat. And I do not think that Ben Affleck and the crew lived up to that one, which is nothing to be ashamed of. No one lives up to Christopher Nolan. No one. But I'm excited for that movie. I should actually do a video here soon of like the most anticipated movies of 2020 that I'm excited for. That's actually a really good idea. I just thought of that. All right, guys. I'm going to quit ranting. That is all I got. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your week. Finish strong. Love one another. Take care of yourself. That's more topical than ever. And take care of others as always. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. Please help me hit my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of 2020. I would really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys already anyways. Please like this video as well. If you watched it, can you just show me that and just give me a like? It's just a button. Just smash that thing real quick and then you can move on with your life. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I love you all. It is now time to clock out. I'm going to catch you guys really, really soon. All right, guys. Deuces.